Da 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 da.
Ah, God.
Manic Monday, son. What you gonna do?
Hey, what's up, guys? Drew here.
And this is Corey, and today we don't have anything cool to talk about in the news.
Nothing.
Yep, not much in the news today. So instead, we're going to talk about video games, because who doesn't like talking about video games?
So today we're going to talk about something that's a little bit different, and that is world immersion within a video game. Kind of the feeling that you're in the video game.
I couldn't have described it better myself. What's one of your favorite video games that gives you the best quality and the best feeling of immersion?
My runner-up is definitely going to be Monster Hunter World. There's a lot of things to do. It's a brand new game, 50 hours into it. As far as world immersion, I don't know that aspect is there, but it definitely is in my top 3. The second one would probably be Fallout 4.
Fallout 4, that's a good one.
Yeah. In that game, you're always finding new things to do. There's so many mechs that you can go get. The one that's, deep in the blue sea that you have to go get that's all the way underwater. There's so many things in that game. Whenever you pick it up each day, you're like, all right, this is the thing that I want to do today.
I want to say I spent more time building and collecting things for settlements than actually playing the game.
What's one of yours, Corey?
Well, I think my runner-up would be Grand Theft Auto 4. As far as the immersion aspect, I would rate that higher than the new Grand Theft Auto 5. Where you had multiple girlfriends, you could take out on dates. You could go and you could call up your homeboys and go bowling. You could, shoot darts. You could play pool. But as far as immersion goes, that's going to be my runner-up. I like having sex with hookers and killing them and taking their money.
The only thing I know about Grand Theft Auto now is you can steal dildos from police stations and hit people with them.
So my number 2 choice for immersion would be Red Dead Redemption. I enjoyed that game a lot. Started off really relatively slow and getting you into this world and really diving into it and then just expanding on it. Like I remember finally crossing the river and going to Mexico. And it was just like such a big deal, and hunting and fishing and riding the train and robbing the train and riding carriages and robbing carriages.
Reminds me of so many other games too. So my number 1 is absolutely 100% Skyrim. The second you pick up that game, I've played every Elder Scrolls game that there is. There's so much of the map every single time that I've played. I don't know that I've ever played a single character while I've gone through every single part of the game.
I don't think I have either, because there's just so much to do.
Yeah, and
I remember thinking, as I was building my different characters, I was like, okay, this character is going to be this storyline of this game.
Absolutely.
And this character
it's only going to join these factions.
Yeah, exactly, because there was just so much. It felt overwhelming just to do with one person.
What about you, Corey? What's your number 1?
Well, my number 1, Witcher 3.
Playing some Gwent for days.
Yeah, Gwent. Yeah, man. Gwent had me going. I loved Gwent. It was so much fun. The random events that would happen within the game were just really amazing. And you could be just on your way looking to hunt some monster, then all of a sudden another monster would pop up, or just a random quest would come up. I felt emotionally pulled to some of these areas in Witcher 3. With the Red Baron storyline, that was an emotionally pulling tale that involved around that city and really made you care about the region and how that region was affected in the decisions that you made. I'll get lost and I'll be playing it, and then I'll look at the clock and I'm like, oh my God, it's 11:30 at night. I have work tomorrow. Now, those are 6 top-notch games that really invested a lot of time and development on, creating an immersion aspect for its players. Yep, I think all those 3 did a great job. And if you help develop any of those games, we give you the final notice, seal of approval. You're fucking awesome. We're not paying that toll bridge troll.
Yeah. Trolls.
No trolls. I got that sunshine in my pocket. Got that good soul in my feet. That's all I remember. That's enough. That's all we need.
That tells me what song it is. Drugs are bad, okay.
We have a lot that was released today, unlike yesterday where we had to kind of shit show it through and do a little things we like show. Magic the Gathering. We're big Magic the Gathering fans.
And if you do not know about the bans and restrictions that go on, you need to check the link below and get updated. We have 2 cards that have been unbanned from Modern. So opposed from having a banned restricted announcement, they actually did an unbanning. So it's a big deal. Check it out. If you didn't know, you're fucking up if you're playing Magic.
And secondly, we had something from Boston Dynamics. Their ongoing robotics facility on their mini spot was released a video today on the highlighted section on YouTube where they were showing it opening a door. And it was really cool. They're making great bounds with the robotics community and the things they've done with their previous robots from the big dog, from the original spot.
If you're a tech geek and you have not seen or heard about this yet, you definitely need to check out the videos that they're putting up. It's absolutely amazing. The humanoid robot that does backflips and jumps boxes like a straight MMA fighter would. Yep. Like, it's absolutely cool, and it makes me very excited for applications that these can be used for. For the main course, we have Rampage. Yeah, we got the second trailer. Yeah. So the last trailer for Rampage before the movie gets released was released today. So we got to go through, we got to take a couple of watches at it. I feel like the market might be saturated with monster movies. And after watching this, I changed my mind a little bit. They are not too big. So it's looking like these things are only going to be about 30 feet tall or so, which I really dig. And so they're giving us a lot better look at the other ones. We have George, of course. Got to have George. And then we have Liz. And so Liz is looking mighty monstrous going through the water in the trailer. That was very cool. And then we have the wolf. The wolf, do you remember the wolf's name?
It's Ralph.
That's right. So we have Ralph the wolf is showing up too. And of course, it flies, as we saw in the trailer.
Yeah. Okay.
Little bit of flying squirrel wolf action, I guess. Yeah. Why not? It's a movie.
I guess those genotypes did some work on that wolf.
I'm worried about The Rock, Dwayne Johnson.
I don't like The Rock.
Yeah,
movies.
He's been hit or miss in a lot of movies. He's done really good job, in my opinion, as acting at some parts in the Fast and the Furious franchise, but some parts were just bad. And a lot of this movie for me, this is a theater movie. I do definitely want to go see this in the theaters. Yeah. I want to get the whole experience into it. But whether I walk out of this movie happy or not is going to be very dependent upon the relationship between Dwayne Johnson's character and George's character. And this trailer looks promising. That's partly why I'm like, ooh, this looks good, because it looks like they have a real foundation relationship. And even after the mutation effect, it looks like there's still a bond between the both of them. And
up to the very end.
Yes. And if Mr. Dwayne Johnson can pull it off, I think I might really like this movie, because I'm going into it knowing that it's a video game,
Right.
Like, I'm not expecting the world out of this, but I do expect a little more than the average Rock movie. And it's looking like he's playing a little more of a serious role, which I know he can do. I liked him in Doom. I know a lot of people hated the movie Doom, but that's one of my guilty pleasures. Like, I know it's not great, but I really, really enjoy it because it's not so great. But his acting wasn't horrible in it either. Like, that was one of his roles where I felt like his acting was more even kilt, instead of being the, ha, I'm funny, now I'm serious and strong. Ha, I'm funny, now I'm serious and strong. Because that's like and it just doesn't work for me as far as characters go.
No.
Yeah.
Not at all. He's had a few movies, like the one where he was the CIA spy.
Yeah, that was horrible.
That was terrible.
Yeah. So he definitely has had his misses in the whole cinematic scene, but the trailer looks good. His acting looks good in the trailer. I'm hoping they just take snippets of the good parts.
Me and my brother were huge fans of Rampage series when we were kids. And so we would play that game pretty religiously, along with a few of our other 1990 graphics computer games. But Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, I smell what you're cooking, and I fucking hate it. In almost all of your movies.
Yeah, almost all of them. Yeah, a lot of them aren't good at all.
I mean, you were awesome in the ring, and can you smell what The Rock is cooking? And
dropping
Okay.
the people's elbows. But we should address Tooth Fairy. Yeah, if the movie doesn't work out,
It's
gonna be
because of
his
Dwayne
fault.
Johnson
yeah.
and Dwayne Johnson.
And Dwayne Johnson.
Fucking Dwayne Johnson.
The visuals in this movie do look amazing, though. The scene where Liz jumps out of the water and takes the cockpit of that A-10 Warthog, that was a really, really visual, appetizing scene. And I enjoyed it. And there's a lot of other scenes that are like that in there, too. At the very end,
there are
when
some.
The Rock and George are, like, standing there.
I hated that.
You know, that looked cool to me. I didn't mind that. Like, they gave a big portion of the movie away, which I really hate when trailers do that.
No,
so
I
we
really
know that they're
hated
going to be
that.
teaming up, and I'd rather have that be a surprise.
This is
but
one of those times whenever it's like, all right, cool. The Rock's in the movie. Let's make him really manly and go up against a 45-foot crocodile. Sorry. Probably bigger than that.
looks bigger than 45 feet. Looks huge.
It looks huge. Either way, you're going to get eaten. And I don't care that you're Dwayne Johnson and you are a big badass that can go against a crocodile that your friend George, who's 3.5 times bigger than you, is having a hard time fighting because you ain't gonna do shit.
And I was just gonna like grab an M60 and just be like, I'm fucking killing
I
this.
swear to God, if Dwayne Johnson is the one that kills Liz,
Oh, I'll be so upset.
I'm gonna be so upset.
Yeah, if Dwayne Johnson kills Liz, I'm gonna be like, this is bullshit. Like
I
George
hope
has to
Dwayne
take her
Johnson
out.
gets eaten by Liz. If
This-
he's gonna try to fight Liz with George, George is by your side, but he's not Optimus Prime. He's not gonna hold you in his palm and save you.
If The Rock dies, I'd be very impressed with them taking that chance on a movie, and it would make me enjoy this movie
It would.
so much more if he goes down as the main character, and that's like one of the reasons they have to release her into the wild. But we just have to go, let's just drop her off in the Canadian wilderness because the only person that she had a relationship with is gone.
Or they put her down.
Or they put her down. That might be sad. But I think I'd be okay with that.
It'd be an ending.
I'm tired of happy movies with bullshit endings. I want
Yeah.
realistic, tragic rampage
Rampage.
that makes you cry. Do you think he'll drop a people's elbow on one of the monsters? How fucking ballsy would that be if he just drops a people's elbow from like a 10-foot story building onto one of the monsters and just knocks it out? Like, well, shit, that's
I
done.
mean, the way that they've done his previous movie, that wouldn't be out of the question.
Especially the one where he teamed up with the guy from Jackass and he was like the sheriff. Like, that movie was ridiculous. It was a comedy and it maintained a comedy in bad ways that it tried to be an action movie. It's like breaking fucking 2x6s. He's like throwing around 2x6s and just hitting people with them and breaking them over the heads. Flipping fucking casino booths. Like, bitch, I'm The Rock. I'm for sure he dropped a people's elbow in that movie. Like, absolutely. I want it to be good. I'm afraid it's going to be the first showing on a Saturday morning, so we get to pay the cheapest amount.
$7
The $7 showing.
to hopefully be impressed by what The Rock can do
We're going to be in there with all the
without
senior
dropping a
citizens.
people's elbow.
The senior citizens would probably like this movie.
Yeah, they probably would. Or small children who know that The Rock used to be a wrestler. Not forget that. If he showed up and he was in a doctor's uniform, it was like, hey guys, I accidentally mixed these things together and shot it off into space.
Like in a lab coat. He just ripped as fuck in a lab coat, wearing glasses and like a pocket protector.
That's where Rock belongs in about 30 seconds of movies.
Wearing their glasses with pocket protector.
Yeah. I would watch that to see that 30 seconds and for him to be gone after that 30 seconds. Please don't hurt us.
We love you, Rock. But no, he's not funny anymore.
All right, I'm recording.
Me too. We're good. We're solid.
Cool. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. So, you know Red?
Oh yeah, Red, like the movie with Bruce Willis.
No.
Red 2 with Bruce Willis.
No.
What about Red Eye with the girl that lost her kid on the plane?
No.
Red Dead Revolver, the lesser known prequel to Red Dead Redemption?
No.
No, I don't know Red then.
Red Gerard, the Olympian.
Oh, the kid that's been on the news about forgetting his things and waking up late?
And saying curse words on TV.
I'm a fan already. That's all I
Yep.
need to know about him.
That's it. That's
Yeah.
all I need to know.
He sounds like the champion of millennials.
Yeah, so he is a snowboarder for the U.S. Olympic team who's 17 years old, hasn't even graduated high school, and he's a badass. And his family is a badass because I want to be a part of it.
Yeah.
Drinking my life away in Pyeongchang, Korea.
I would be so proud of my family if I received Snapchats from them shotgunning beers at 8:30 in the morning too.
Yeah, 100%.
I feel
It
like
kind of tells me the kind of person hit the relaxingness of the sport.
yeah, I feel like that is the kind of atmosphere you want to raise a child in that breeds them into being a gold medal champion.
100%. Shotgunning beers at 8:30 in the morning and never waking up early enough for a newscast.
This kid's a savage. Like,
You know, it's so unfortunate though because I think he's gonna be really great. He might be our next Shaun White for our U.S. Olympic team,
it's possible.
but I'm 90% sure that he's not gonna be Shaun White because he's gonna fake having a girlfriend.
Fake having girlfriends is not as good as having girlfriends.
If you know who I'm talking about.
Football,
Definitely not an NFL star. No NFL star did that. Never.
ever.
Nope. He's going to be another dropout because he's probably going to do something stupid. Like a lot of our college athletes who come into the NFL. He just reminds me a lot of that
Yeah,
type of person.
he does seem to be like kind of a little of a ditzy, 17-year-old kid. I'm rooting for him though. Like I'm in his corner. I don't want him to mess up because he seems super chill. He seems like a laid back kid. And I mean, seriously, just the fact that you can sleep in late, forget your Olympic jacket, curse on live television, and win a gold medal. Like he's my hero at this point.
100% tells me hype about, oh, you got to be this type of person to be a gold medalist. He just kind of said, well, no, I don't.
Yeah,
I'm just going to do what I love to do, and that's it. I'm here in Korea doing what I want to do. And guess what? Brought home the gold.
hell yeah. If he went around and kicked all the girls that do the gymnastics in the knees, I'd give him $100 because they're all, we're on our schedule and we do this and we're really rambunctious and this is our set stuff like the military.
Yeah.
He's like, nah, man, I snowboard and I don't give a shit. I'll wake up and I'll win gold.
The regiment that they have compared to... I wonder if it's just a Winter Olympics thing. Like, if that's the difference between the Summer and Winter Olympics is... Winter Olympics is like, hey, fuck it.
Yeah. In defense of the gymnasts, I would say that the Winter Olympics tends to be like the pot-smoking, lazy cousin of the Olympic Games.
Yeah, I guess so.
It does seem to be a little more laid back. But hey, more power to him. That the run, his third run, where he scored all the points to get to the gold,
87 points for the gold.
was legit. Like
That was one of the cleanest runs I think I've seen in a long time. And I haven't watched too much of the Olympics this year. And I know Shaun White biffed it quite a bit last night.
yes, yeah.
But his run looked beautiful.
Yeah, those lands were like smooth as butter, man. Like, it looked so fluid.
Yeah.
Like it was, no effort. I'm solid, man. It's just what I do all day. And to be a 17-year-old kid and facing that kind of pressure, you know, that's tough. Like, shit, high school's tough on kids.
I know.
I couldn't imagine being in high school and being like, I'm going for I'll see you guys next week after vacation. I'm going for the gold medal. Like, how, that just seems like a lot of pressure, and he seems to be taking it like it's no big deal, which I think is a kind of mindset that you have to have when you're facing such tremendous pressures, that we don't get crushed by the pressure.
Yeah.
So,
And he's a great staple for that environment, and hopefully he does well again.